Well, today we're sitting here with George Argo with Argo Electrical, and George, you said you were going to help answer some questions for me today. So let's.
How's it going, Michael?
Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. What we're doing today, though, is we're going to talk about some of the questions that you get asked all the time, every time your phone rings. These are the first things people say. So we thought we'd do a video and help that out.
I think that's a great idea.
With you providing electrical services in the Cumming area. So the first thing people are asking you, first thing they ask, and every service guy gets the same question, how much do you charge?
Well, it's hard to say because we never know exactly what the service call is going to entail.
Exactly.
But at Argo Electrical Services, we offer a set fee for our service call for the first hour, and then we have flat rates for multiple hours. So if, we ended up getting over there and it ends up being a 4-hour job, you will not pay the service call rate. We have a lower rate for those customers. And one more advantage to using our services, we provide a lifetime warranty on parts and labor. As long as you own your property and no one else messes with our installation, we stand behind our work.
So don't tinker with it after you're done working.
That's correct. That's correct. It could give you the afro you've been looking for.
I have so many comments. Now, going back to the set service call fee for the first hour.
Sure.
That's basically you're coming in, you're looking around, seeing what all needs to get done, and doing the initial.
Yeah, well, generally speaking, if you call my technicians out and they come out and it's something they can fix in 35, 40 minutes, they've got a set fee that they're going to charge.
Okay.
But if they get over there and they say, well, Mr. Michael, we see this, this, and this, and it's going to take this to fix it, and this is our estimate about what it's going to take, and you agree to do business, then that will be included in the entire price to finish the project.
Great.
And basically at that point, once you get to the second hour, you would be getting the multiple hour price. So the first hour would be at a lower level along with the second hour.
Great. All right. Well, that makes sense. Well, the next question that we talked about is people are always asking you, well, do you know what you're doing? What's your experience level doing all this electrical work?
Well, and that's a great question.
You don't just lick your thumbs and stick your finger in sockets, do you?
You can, but I would not advise it. That's a great question, and our guys, we do our very best to make our customers feel comfortable with us. We've been in business in Northeast Georgia since 2009. I personally have over 28 years in the industry. My technicians, none of my technicians have less than 10 years in the trade. I hold a non-restricted license in Georgia.
What does that mean?
Well, basically, that would be, the old-timers would call that a master electrician's license.
Okay.
And that means I can do anything all the way up to utility work, which would be Georgia Power, Sony, EMC, anything like that. But anything else.
You could even go as far as working in a nuclear reactor.
Oh, yes, and have done so.
And you don't glow at night.
I don't glow.
So you know what you're doing with that.
But yeah, we have extensive training in breaker maintenance and all kinds of industrial type work, commercial work, and primarily right now we do about 60%, 65% of our work is residential, but we can cover about anything that you have, and we possess over $2 million worth of insurance, protect our property and your property and our workers. And at this point, 5 years down the road, knock on wood, we have never filed a claim against our insurance. So not only have we
your insurance appreciates that.
Our insurance appreciates it. And our insurance premiums appreciate it.
Very much so. Great. All right, well, and as we were talking, well, if I can hit the right button. There we go. My question that I always ask, okay, I need this done now. This stuff's not working the way it's supposed to. when can you get here? When can you get it done?
Well, we both having very flexible hours. We basically work 7 days a week. We can work 24 hours a day for the most part. Our prices are the same whether it's 10 o'clock at night or 7:30 in the morning. There are some days on Tuesday that I'm sitting at home watching ESPN while you're out working. So if you need me to work on Saturday, we understand. Basically speaking, though, if we do emergency work, we're very flexible. We do whatever we can to facilitate our customers. And
what would constitute emergency electrical work?
Well, when the smoke gets out of the wire. If you ever let the smoke out of the wire, it will not work. No, if you have tripping breakers that are tripping over and over, if you can smell burning, a burning smell around your panels, if the panels in your home are over 25 years old, you might want to take a look at replacing them. It's not of a question of when they're going to, if they're going to fail, it's a question of when they're going to fail.
So if I flip the light switch on and it throws the breaker, and I turn the light switch off, go out to the garage, reset the breaker, come back in, flip the switch again, it sparks and trips the breaker again, I should go ahead and give you a call.
That's right. Well, it's not going to get any better, Mike.
This is not one of those, ignore it and it will go away.
Well, that's right. And 90% of our work is pure out service calls. So, if you call today, 9 times out of 10, we get same day service. Not always, but we will do our best, and if you have a real emergency, we'll come to you right now,
Okay.
And it's our job to educate about the dangers of electricity, and it's our job to make sure that you and your property and your wife and your children and your neighbors are all safe in any setting.
Yeah, because you don't want to play with electricity.
No, that's correct. It will hurt you.
Your name's not Nikola Tesla.
No.
Don't play with that mess. Great. All right. Well, and then the other thing we talked about is everybody wants to know how do I have to pay you? What's the best way to pay you?
Well, generally speaking, to quote the great Yogi Berra, we accept cash, which is just as good as money, and we also accept checks, and we also accept credit cards. So you could even pay us online. You could pay them from the comfort of your home, your computer. You could pay off your smartphone. Anyway,
so they can go to your website and make a payment.
That's correct.
Online right there.
That's correct. That's correct.
And you invoice.
Oh, yes.
You'll give them an invoice.
We'll give them an invoice.
And quotes.
And it'll include their lifetime warranty, like we said.
Great. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we thank George Argo with Argo Electrical Services for sitting down with me just for a few minutes and going over this. Please, if you have any electrical issues at all, you need to call George. George is a great guy to work with. Give him a call today at 770-596-1437.
Thank you, Michael.
My pleasure, George.